everybody, 24th floor of the Tower Champions here. There are two gimmicks you need to worry about in this stage. One is gravity bears, and the other is poison. And yes, poison is a big deal in this floor. It's almost impossible to avoid, and it does a lot of damage. So you want to kill the snakes as soon as possible. You also want to kill the boss as soon as possible because the boss has a spread poison attack that is very difficult to avoid. And if you can't avoid it, you need to deal with it. So a great monster for this level is, as you can see, what my coworker brought, Sanzang, the Ascended version. And the Ascended version is probably the version you don't have in case you do actually have a Sanzang. But she has status recovery. So anybody that's poisoned, as long as you bump into them, they will no longer be poisoned. And why? Let's take a look at the Hades on the top, the 1P on the top right. It takes 7,000 damage. That is significant. Think about that. 4 monsters. If all of them are poisoned, you're losing 28k per turn. So you need to be able to handle the poison in some way. And if you don't have a status recovery like Sanzang, the only other option is to start farming Detox Berries in the temple. And you know, I did it too. When you get a Detox Berry, all you can think about, what a worthless berry, I don't need this, and you throw it away for some morlings. Instant regret. You want to have some monster to have it just for this floor specifically. I would definitely spend stamina to get a Detox Berry if you don't have one. It just, if all your monsters have detox, this floor becomes trivial. But without it, you need to carefully manage your HP, as well as making sure you recover enough HP to handle attacks plus the poison. So we managed to make it to the 3rd stage with no problem. As you can see, each of these stages start out with a meteor barrage from the shield, but it is nice enough to put up some healing walls for you. They only last for 3 turns, I believe, so make sure you make the most out of it while you can. And again, like I was saying earlier, if you have a status recovery monster, make sure you heal your characters. Sanzang is a pierce type, so it's relatively easy to hit everybody. Lancelot also has recovery, so ideally you want to hit everyone as well. That should recover, I believe, 21% of the total HP count. And this party is lucky enough to have detox on both the Sanzang and the Zorro, so that damage is cut significantly. As you can see, Zorro took about 50%, and Sanzang with the S detox cuts 90%, I believe. So it is very important. I know I said it, but let me stress it a little more. Detox Berries is the way to go for a complete, reliable, safe run. Okay, so stage 4, we have the mini boss on the left, as well as poison spitting snakes everywhere. You definitely want to clear it as soon as possible. With this party as well, both Zorro and Hades are Samurai Slayers, so they will definitely give extra damage. And because it is a light element monster, yeah, dark monsters are okay, but the downside is you will be taking extra damage, and given the amount of damage you will take due to the poison, unless you are completely fitted with Detox Berries, you may want to bring some off-colored characters so that you don't take that extra damage. But luckily the snakes were cleaned up in a fairly good manner, so you can focus on dealing all damage to the boss, slayers, as well as the bump combos. And ouch. So Sanzang should be going for the Zorro to clear up the poison. And then Lancelot should have a turn to heal up everybody. The heals are very important. Not only because of the meteor opening attack by the bosses, but again, to make sure you don't die from the poison. The cross laser also does a significant amount of damage, so do take note of where the cross laser originates from and do your best to avoid it. Easier said than done, I'm sure. Alright, so we're at the boss stage. Remember, speed clear means absolutely nothing here. All you want to do is clear it, so make sure you don't fret if that speed clear number is going low. It simply does not matter. We're gonna go for Lancelot, who's right under the weak point and does great amount of damage. We did almost 1,000,000, and if you can kill the boss within 2 turns, that would be quite ideal, because then you stop the boss from launching its poison attack. And you know, I know I'm a broken record, but really the poison is the big gimmick here. So if you can avoid the poison from happening, then all the merrier. And here, if you are short on your strike shots, you could use this opportunity to stall. Definitely kill the laser mech bird on the top left and the wolf on the bottom left that we already killed, because it does have a power down attack, which nobody likes. As well as, you know, if you do have a heart here, you may want to stall if you can afford it, HP wise, to make sure it becomes gold, because once it's gold, everybody gets healed from poison. If it's just a red heart, whoever takes it will be healed. So in this case, you saw that the Hades was healed from the poison. But let's say if Lancelot was also poisoned, he would not be healed. I do believe we wait for the gold heart, because you know, simply you just want maximum health when possible. It also lets Lancelot take a turn, so should be healing everybody. Oh no, I guess I was afraid of the bump combo from killing both of them. Hades does have a pretty strong bump combo, so I think it was worth it. We go for the gold heart, and I believe we move on to the next floor. Yes. Alright, pretty much maximum health here, which nothing to complain about. We do have an ability locker on the bottom right. Ability lock is never fun. I believe I just want to hit everybody to do damage. Lancelot. Oh, okay. I went for Lancelot then. Interesting choice. Not sure if that was the right one, but because Sanzang doesn't need to heal anybody, you know, free to move and cause chaos. That one that's coming up is the ability lock, so we want to kill the ability locker. Luckily, it's in a good position, and to heal everybody. Looks like I missed Zorro, but luckily HP wasn't too bad, so it wasn't that big of a miss. And you know, this is pretty smooth sailing. Again, you know, constantly check your HP count as well as how many characters are poisoned. If you are on the verge of death, do not be afraid to strike shot. You know, you don't. I've said it many times. You don't want to keep that strike shot in your pocket and die. That's probably the worst feeling to have. Okay, so now it's a matter of stalling versus killing. Because the Lancelot was poisoned, he would be taking a full 7,500 damage. And unfortunately 2 more, and both of them are my monsters, which do not have Detox Berries, so definitely opting to clear the level. And of course hitting everybody to get as much HP back as possible. And we're on the final stage, and luckily we have everybody's strike shot up. So got a bash attack, and remember, Zorro has the Slayer on her main, so making sure it doesn't hit that bounce restrictor on the right, which is great. And luckily it pushed Hades up, so Hades can take out the laser mechs, and we know how much damage they deal, so taking those out is a great thing. And let's see, Sanzang increases speed, which hopefully will guarantee it hits everybody, so that both Zorro and Zeus, or sorry, not Zeus, Hades, ooh, that's a bad mistake, get healed from the poison. And ooh, just barely survived that cross laser. Totally planned. Lancelot strike shot turns him into a Pierce type, and that should hit everybody to gain 20% total HP back, as well as getting both hearts. And ooh, these are always painful, just having that little HP left. But luckily I did survive. Many times you lose in that moment, and there you go, Zorro with the finishing blow. That's the end of the 24th floor of the Tower of Champions. Again, you know, broken record. I even said broken record twice probably. Poison, poison, poison. If you are having trouble, which you likely will if you don't have Detox Berries, go to the temple and start farming, because once you have a team full of gravity barriers and detox, this floor is a sitch. On to the next floor, 25th floor. Yep, daily local call prize. Bye bye.